Greetings, listeners. I am your host this evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to this Twisted Gear Studios production. You are about to listen to The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast GM'd by Derek Snow. The previous report from our investigators. They return to the New England Centre of Antiquities to find it raided by cultists. As they arrive on the scene, the police are also on their way. The team tries to find out what they can from the scene before departing.
So you're all in the New England Centre of Antiquities, their little house there, and you hear the sirens. Amos, you're inside of Alistair and Simon's office.
Yeah.
Just checking out the wall. I failed your spot hidden roll, of course.
Well, yeah, of course.
So, you rolled a 91, I think.
Yeah, it was 91.
Do.
It's a wall!
And Althea would still be basically around the desiccated corpse on the ground lying down with the King in Yellow playbook still in the wall. Marion and Agatha, would you still be in the hallway then?
I followed Amos. I'm
Sure.
behind him. I'm trying to push past him.
Fair enough.
I think I'm sticking around where Althea is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm just going to look at it this way. I'm going to go into the office first with Marion and Amos.
Are they there? What's going on? Alistair, Simon?
They're not here. I need you to calm down for 2 seconds. Do you know of any doorways or anything? There's a blood streak. It ends at the wall. I can't seem to figure it out.
I don't work in this office. I work down the hall. Oh my goodness, what happened?
Okay. I'm gonna need you. Can I roll like a calm the fuck down check? Or something?
Yes, it would
This
be
is gonna suck.
A quick psychoanalysis.
I'm really good at this.
That's more of a long-term thing. Maybe, actually, let's make it a psychology. Let's make it a psychology
Actually,
roll.
I'm surprisingly good at that. 13% out of 42.
Okay, put a tick in psychology.
Ooh, damn.
Marion Amos seems as he is talking to you, and he
Well,
manages to just calm you down a little bit.
Here, what I need you to do, just don't focus too much on the room. The room is what it is. So can you do me a favor and we'll just distract yourself?
What happened in here?
That's what we're gonna find out. I'm gonna get you to help me out with that. I'm gonna look in the desk. Can you just take a look at this bookshelf? See if there's any. Can it move? Is there something about it that they maybe?
It shouldn't move. These are there.
There's a lot of things that shouldn't be, but it'll keep your mind off the rest of the room.
Okay. This is what you do. This is why you're here. I can look at books. I can guess. Okay. I have they had me catalog these. So yes. I
Perfect.
Go and I'm taking a look if there's anything different or strange about the books.
And while she's distracted, I'll go and look in the desk.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to put a timer on the situation.
Oh God.
So I'm just going to start at 10, and every now and then I'm going to start counting down. And eventually when I get to 0, something happens. Just to put a little bit of extra pressure in an otherwise, non-stressful game. Just a little bit of extra
'cause why not?
drive.
Stress free.
And as I dig in the desk and start pulling out the drawers, I'm just gonna yell down the hallway, Althea, we're gonna need the car, ready to go.
Althea, here's Amos. He's right there. Okay. No, he's right. We are going to need the car. The car is parked out front though, isn't it?
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. How loud are the sirens and stuff right now?
You can hear them off in the distance. You can just hear the sirens. You know they're heading to the location, but they haven't arrived at the location yet.
Okay.
You're not sure how far away they are.
Or how fast they're going.
Or how fast they're going.
Well, I can't leave my car out front anyway. It's not too many. Yo, I can't leave my car out front anyway. It has a license plate on it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go out front and I'm gonna have to move the car regardless of. I'm trying to find a way to come around to another entrance to the building that isn't visible from the main street. Before I do that though.
Okay, so yeah.
Just with everything that's happening and stuff, so I'm kind of looking at the corpse that's on the floor in front of me, and I'm looking at the book, and then I'm kind of like looking towards the door because I can hear the sirens.
And between you and the door, I'm just going to throw in, is Agatha, because you're still standing around with Althea. You have your rifle, and you're sort of looking back toward the entrance of the hallway. Because you would know that that is the location where anyone who's coming in would come in.
Okay. Do I see a back entrance to this place?
No, it just seems like when you walked in, there was like a foyer, but everything split off a little bit. But this was like the main hallway, which had all the artifacts in the wall and their own special cases and stuff, which ended in the main office, Alistair and Simon's office itself.
Right. But you're distracted. You're not getting in the car.
She seems to be focused on the book.
I'm going to pull a Bonnie and Clyde and run outside back in the street with my rifle and grab the car.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And now I'm going to put that timer down to 9.
God damn.
Seems like a good thing.
Okay, so let's get some checks out of the way of stuff that you've done.
Yeah.
It would be a spot hidden, searching the desk.
32 out of 43.
Put a tick in your spot hidden. Everyone loves that skill going up.
Yeah, well, it's got its pros and cons.
As you're rooting through the desk, you find a lot of stationery.
Yeah.
Nothing really written on it. Just a lot of blank paper, a lot of pens, different types of pens. Like somebody just likes going to the stationery store and buying a pile of fancy stationery. Journals and stuff. All empty. As you quickly glance through, it's just weird because everything here doesn't have anything written on it. Is something you do notice. But on one of the drawers, the middle drawer on the right-hand side, is one of those typical desks with the 3 drawers down: small drawer, medium-sized drawer, large drawer in the bottom.
Yeah.
But as you pull out the middle drawer and you're searching around and moving stuff, you notice that there's a little button just on the back of the drawer. Just a little red button.
Push the little red button.
Okay. And then I'm going to just go over to Marion. As you're sort of looking at the wall.
I'm looking at the bookshelf. It was a bookshelf?
Yeah. You're at the bookshelf, glancing over books. A lot of different books and stuff here. And you start grabbing some, and one falls onto the floor. And you notice that the book has all blank pages. And as you start pulling out other books, there's nothing in any of the books. They all seem to be devoid of anything. They're just empty books, just blank pages.
Would I have ever opened one of these before?
Yes. In your tenure here, you have, and there were books they had written, but right now it just seems weird that seems to be no writing. And just as you're noticing that, you see a little crease appear, and the sound of the walls sort of moving out towards you. Like a little click and a little groove as it's opening up into a passageway.
And I've got the gun drawn, and I go up towards...
Okay, so now I'm just going to go over. We're going to start off with Agatha, who you run down the hallway and exit the building. That's that, yes. So you run out, you got your Lee Enfield rifle braced across you. What a psychologist you are. This is wonderful. As you run into the street, as you run out to the steps that are leading down, and you can see the car across the way, I need you to make a spot hidden roll.
Oh god, sorry, I didn't.
Just throwing dice at people. She'll be dead soon enough. You don't gotta throw dice at her.
I'll just grab another. Seriously? That's a 78, so that didn't help me at all because I have a 64 in it, so...
Yes, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary, but you do notice the car, and now, off in the distance down the road, you can hear the sirens. You would figure that you're not sure how far away they are, but they are not near you yet. You can't see them.
Like I'd have like 5 minutes, or...
Maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes.
Oh, wow, okay.
Which, in game terms...
It's a long time.
It can be a long time.
Right.
10 rounds, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're just standing out there on the street, and you have your Lee Enfield rifle across your chest. And just as you're standing there for a second, you hear what sounds like a scream coming from across the street, and you see what appears to be an old lady who looked at you, screamed, and seems to be ducking behind another car that's parked in the street.
You and your
Woe is
guns.
me!
Woe is me.
This is why I keep a handgun under my coat all the time.
Crap.
Yeah.
I'm going to run back into the building.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to go back to Althea, who you're standing there. And as you start talking to yourself, as you did a couple seconds ago about maybe I should go get the car and stuff, you see Agatha just take off, run out of the building. And what would you like to do?
I'd like to take this opportunity while none of them was around to talk me out of it.
Oh my god!
Yep.
No!
Yep, this is happening.
So with everything
Bye,
happening,
Althea.
this is the only artifact we've seen left in the building, right? This was the only artifact left in the building.
Yes. Well, the only one in this hallway.
It was nice knowing you.
Though that we saw coming in.
Yes, most of the other ones, all the other ones have been smashed or whatever they had.
And
were
with
missing.
the corpse that's there,
Yes.
stuff, I've just come to the conclusion that if this book gets left behind and this place ends up being raided by police, somebody else is gonna die, most likely. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna say a little prayer. and
Which
then-
god would you be praying to?
You know, I'm not really sure.
You say Montgomery, I swear to God.
If Montgomery was here right now to give me advice, that would be great. But I have a feeling he's not. So I'm just, and then I'm gonna say, "Oh, this is such a bad idea." And then I'm gonna try taking the book.
By try, you grab the book.
Yes,
So you
Yes.
reach in with both hands.
yes, because it's a large book, right?
It's fairly large. Mm-hmm. And you reach in
Yeah.
and you grab it.
Mm-hmm.
And as you try to take it off, the little pedestal it's on, it doesn't seem to want to come off, but you put a little bit more oomph into it and you take it.
Yeah.
And you're holding it in your hand and you're looking at it. And I will require another power roll. This one is going to be at disadvantage.
Don't tell me.
So you add the extra die and take the worst result.
Okay.
Oh
So
Okay. Give me another die. Give me another. Oh, the pink ones. They don't like me very much.
no! I think that's the point.
That's why he's using them. I'm so nervous.
Well, there we go.
I'm not this nervous before job interviews.
Yeah, you don't usually die in a job interview, though.
Usually.
Oh!
That's okay either way.
Really?
So it's 44 out of 80,
Holy shit!
which is
Holy!
She rolled double 40s.
the book in your hand, and you get this tingling feeling, and like you shocked yourself. You know what I mean? You scuff on carpet, and you feel that static electricity in your clothes and stuff. And you notice the writing for you on the cover that says "The King in Yellow" just fades away. So now it just seems to be a yellow-bound book. Now that you're touching it, it's not like cloth-bound or something. You're not sure. It feels like leather-bound, but it's yellow.
Oh my God.
But it hasn't been dyed. It just seems like a weird feeling to it.
lots of human skin going around these days.
It's you know for sure that it's not human.
But it's not
leather.
any animal leather that I'm
that you're familiar with. Yeah, and
Okay.
you have it in your hand. And
Okay. I just take a super deep breath and like calm myself, and now I'm gonna go out and see if I can get the car.
Still holding the book?
Still holding the book, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't have anything to put it in, so.
Okay, so just as you turn, you have the book and you're sort of having it in front of you, and you turn toward the door. You just hear a little voice.
Are you serious?
And it seems to be coming from your shoulder.
How many demon companions are you going to have?
I only have the one!
That's clearly not
He's so
true.
cute.
Well, he's just weird.
And you hear it's familiar. As you familiar, hey?
I'm a wizard.
And you just hear this little squeaky voice, sort of, and it's like, "Oh, what you go and do that for? What you go and do that for?" And you look on your shoulder, and you can see Montgomery, and he's just sitting there, and he's just looking at you, and he's got his arms crossed, and he's sitting on his, and he's just like, "Oh, well, come on, then. I guess we're gonna go down this path. God,
You have a grumpy ghost mouse.
Other people might die, Montgomery.
you really." And at this point,
Rat.
Agatha, as you're running in
Yeah.
with your rifle, and I mean, you see Althea standing in the hallway, holding the King in Yellow in her hands, talking to her shoulder.
You've probably seen this before.
What are you doing?
We need to go get the car.
Oh, we have some. There's sirens are just down the road. We don't have time.
That's why we need to go get the car. We can't leave the car out front. Come on, and I'm just gonna like.
And then I'm gonna grab her by the arm and swing her around.
As the timer goes to 8, continue.
Where's Amos and Marion?
They went to check out the office farther back.
So at this point,
So I've
we go to Amos
pulled
and
you
Marion.
back.
What is this?
Seems,
Pull open the
yeah, fully.
case, feeling the pressure of time.
And you look, and it just seems to be a ladder that seems to just go down beneath.
Oh my god!
Seems to be finely kept, and looking down, it goes down maybe around 15 feet. And you can see light down there, like artificial light. Seems to open up into some kind of a room, maybe. But another thing you notice, though, that there's blood all over the ladder.
We have to go down.
And at the bottom, you can see another blood at the bottom as well.
All right, I'll go down first, and
We have to hurry. They could be hurt. Althea, quick, come in here.
I just start going down the ladder with 3-point contact, and then with the gun in the other hand, kind of pointed down in case something comes out.
To be fair, I'm just going to call the dexterity check.
Oh, Dexter. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. But it makes sense.
Oh, 35 out of 45. Okay.
Okay, so it's really slippery.
All right. Oh,
especially with
yep,
one hand.
Blood, that makes sense.
Um,
That's gross. This is gross.
Yeah, as you start, and you almost slip and fall. But it's fine, it is only 15 feet. And you slowly start making your way down, and you're standing up top after calling the others in. And we go back to Althea and Agatha. You hear them call out from the room. Like they did.
I'm gonna still have her by the arm and just kind of lead her, just in a panic, just not even thinking. It's not like a very forceful pull. It's just like, oh god, we gotta stay together. Pull towards where they are. That's what I'm gonna do.
But we have to get the car. We
You
have
have
to
5.
move
It's fine.
No, you don't understand. There's a license plate on that car.
Can we do an opposed strength roll if Althea doesn't want? If you really want to go for the car, are you going to? I should ask.
Well,
are you willing to go the other way?
if I leave the car parked out front, they're gonna know who was there regardless.
And I'm just in a panic, so I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah. And before you say what you're...
You win.
No. Did either of you succeed, or did
No.
you both fail?
We both failed.
It doesn't matter how much you fail by in this instance. It's whether one of you succeeded and
Well,
one of
it's
you
kind of
failed.
funny because she rolled a 92 and I rolled a 97.
Because you both failed, it means you can't drag her and she can't get away. You're just sort of standing there, sort of arguing with each other.
Oh.
But at this point, I'm gonna roll a percentile. Which is a 64%, which is fine, and nothing seems to happen as the countdown goes down to 7.
You don't understand. If I don't move that car away from here, they're going to know we were here regardless. Or at least me.
I don't trust you with that book.
It's just a book.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's what they all say.
But the car... I don't want anyone to know we were here.
I don't want to leave our companions behind.
You don't have to. I will go get the car. I will move it around the building. You go and follow them.
Fine. Go. And then I'm just going to turn around and go where you guys are.
As the countdown goes down to 6.
At the bottom of the ladder, what do I see?
Yes. So you get to the bottom of the ladder, and it seems to be a sewer. It seems to be what was underneath. So a rounded hallway, if you will, leading off to the west. You notice that there are different locked, like there's lockers all along and different chests and stuff piled on top of each other. Just think of, and boxes and crates. And just think of a little bit the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. there isn't as much in here, but it just seems to be like a storage area. And you can see a blood trail leading off and around 40 feet away, and it's all lit by light bulbs all along. It's actually powered. And you can see on the end what looks to be a garage door.
Yeah.
And leaning against it is Simon. And by leaning, I mean he's sitting down on the floor and his body's slumped against it, and he has his hands over his chest, and he's even more pale than normal. And there's just blood everywhere, like he's taken a grievous injury, and his head is down. He doesn't look to be conscious.
Simon, and there's no corners or anything in this room, hey?
No, it's like a Quonset.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, that shape.
So then I don't feel so bad about running up towards him and just doing like would this be a first aid or medicine just to see if he's alive or dead?
Okay, and Marion, I'm going to require you to make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Moving down the ladder. I just want to see when she shows up. Your dexterity is 80.
Yeah, awesome. So, yeah, to 16.
Yeah, so you just grab both sides and just slide down the ladder.
Damn.
You don't use the steps or anything. You just grab both sides. We've all seen people do it and realized how cool it is. And you just slide down to the bottom. So you get down there as quick, and you see the same thing that Amos sees as Amos starts moving toward Simon at the end.
Simon! And I run at him. I run towards him.
Okay, so you both start running towards Simon. And you walk, Agatha, you walk into the office. You can see that there seems to be a doorway now in the room that wasn't there before.
Right.
You can tell right away that, it's one of those fancy secret doors. Oh my.
Yes.
Quite. And you can see a ladder just heading down underneath.
I'm just gonna call down.
And you can hear them down there, and you hear.
I can hear them.
Yeah, you can hear them as.
And you said there's a garage door that is down there, correct?
Yeah, it's at the other end. So basically, you came down. It's like a Quonset where you come in one end and the exit's the other end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, are you okay?
We need help!
Just one sec. We've got sirens upstairs. Do you trust me enough to take a risk with me?
Of course, but if there's sirens, they're here to investigate.
I know they are.
We'll need their help.
Agatha, do you see the stair or the bookcase that's open?
Yes.
I need you to make a decision. That car can't stay out front. If that car is out front when they get here, it doesn't matter if we hide or if we find a back door out of here. That car is not gonna. Case in point.
Okay, so the timer goes down to 5, and quickly as you're calling out, because I'm going to just move to Althea, who's had a couple of seconds after.
Right. Okay.
And what
I'll
would
finish
you?
my sentence in a sec.
Oh, I thought that was just.
No. I was just gonna say you gotta make a choice. Either run to the car and get the car out of here, or come down here. Either way, you need to close the bookcase. We're not gonna have time to get up the bookcase and run with you.
How do I reopen it if I close it behind you?
If you're coming down here, don't worry about it. If you're leaving, also don't worry about it.
But I also need to figure, because if you're locked from the inside.
No, it's a button in the desk.
Okay, so I'm actually going to shove it closed. I'm gonna run out to where the car is.
Okay, so now we need to go back in time because at the moment he finished talking, I needed it so Althea could go. Because she has time to do something.
Okay.
While you went in. So basically you go in, you close the door.
Yeah.
After you've had your conversation. So Althea, with that 10-second block of time, what would you have liked to do?
I'm just going to go through the front. I'm not necessarily going to be running. I'm just going to be quickly walking down over the steps. Just book in hand. Maybe if I was wearing a hat, it might be pulled down over my eyes a little bit. And I'm just going to go. I'm going to get into my car in the driver's seat. And I'm going to just move the car and take it down a side street around the other side of the building.
So that is your plan?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So you get onto the front step.
Oh my god.
And I need you to make a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
The sirens sound a fair amount closer at this moment.
No, that's an 87-43.
Okay, so you look across the street and you notice that there's nobody really in the street at all. You're looking up and down and it doesn't seem to be, although you see across the street a building, you can see some curtains just wavering. Like somebody was looking out, saw somebody exit, close the curtains. people might be a little bit weary, but you do see your car, the Packard Twin 6, on the other side of the road.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be making my way.
Okay, so you make your way over and still holding the book.
Yes. And then I'll just open the door, get into the seat, and I'll put the book down next to me.
Fair enough. So you're in the car, and now I'm going to go back to Agatha, who, as you look down the hallway, you notice just the front door is slightly ajar. As you could guess, Althea, when you went inside to check, she left to go for her car.
Okay. So I'm stuck in limbo. I'm gonna run up towards the door. Has she already left?
Okay, so you run up to the door.
Yep.
As the timer goes to 4.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my god!
And you look out and you can see Althea just as she's getting in to the Packard Twin 6.
Okay.
And while you're just quickly looking out, I'm going to let you make a spot hidden roll again.
63 out of 64.
Oh my god, that's too close.
Put a tick next to spot hidden.
Oh my god.
You do notice just as you see, okay, Althea's in the car.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good news. Just as you glance around the street very quickly, you know, just peripheral vision, you notice that there isn't anyone else in the street. But you do notice maybe 40, 45 feet behind the Packard Twin 6, there's a white Studebaker just parked, idling. Looks like somebody's sitting in it, but it looks like the windows are a darker color. So you
tinted.
Are tinted, and I need you to roll an idea roll.
That one? Okay.
Yeah, this one here.
Oh, 30 out of 65. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
And just very quickly in that moment, you remember that the scar-faced man from Swill's Gullet, one of the only defining features about him is that he drove away in a white Studebaker.
Oh no!
Yeah. As the timer goes down to 3, and you can actually see the sirens up the street at this point.
Okay, I'm going to call out to Althea and be like, hold up! And I'm going to book it across and get into the car, throwing my rifle into the back seat.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have to roll for that?
So as you're running across the street,
Oh no.
something happens.
No!
I was gonna say when she gets in the car, I'll be careful, don't touch that, and grab the book so she doesn't sit on it.
So as you're running across the street, you hear the undeniable sound of a firearm going off. As you quickly, just in that second, but before the noise, you're just running across and you just look back at the white Studebaker and you see a window slightly rolled down and a handgun.
Oh
out
my
the side
god.
As somebody takes a pot shot at you.
Great. Okay.
You are running. No, you're running though,
Uh-huh.
which is fine. So it is a bit harder to hit a running target.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's just him shooting at you.
Okay.
Okay. So you feel yourself get hit, but it's more of a graze along
my
your arm,
god.
Okay.
and you can see as you're just very shocked, it throws you a little bit off balance. As you stumble a little bit, and you look at your shoulder, and you can see that it seems to have just went alongside your arm,
My dominant arm or?
your right arm,
Oh, okay,
because you're
so it
running,
is. Yeah.
and he's behind.
Yeah.
So along there, as you can continue running and getting in the vehicle.
Yep.
Unless you want to, as the timer goes down to 2, you can decide whether you want to stand in the street as the cops show up on the street to shoot at the white Studebaker, or whatever else you'd like to do, or to hop in the car as you realize pretty soon it's going to be hard to drive away from this situation. Once the cops show up, it'll be a bit harder.
I'm gonna just continue running. So I'm on. If I won't be able to get to the driver's side, so I'm just gonna run and hop into the back seat of the car.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So you run, open up the door, and jump on inside. No roll required.
Oh yeah.
Anytime you get shot at, it can go poorly. So consider yourself lucky it wasn't a headshot.
Yeah.
Every time you get shot at, it could go poorly. Quote of the night.
My HP then, did it go down because of that wound?
No, it was just a graze.
Just
I
a
just
graze?
rolled so close, but it was still a miss.
Okay.
That for thematic benefit. I just, I
thematics of
ruined
it.
your shirt.
You need a stitch master.
It is the suit.
From you.
Oh yeah.
They have tailors at the mansion.
Hey, what are tailors?
You do.
Probably one, not
I was gonna-
multiples though.
You know, for all the other things you got, if you don't have at least one tailor, there's something wrong here. Priorities out of whack.
Maybe it's a
Cadbury probably
seamstress.
do it.
That too.
Okay. So,
Yeah, you're a stitch bitch.
Agatha, you jump into the back. You just open up the door, dive in, legs sticking out. I'm assuming at this point Althea starts.
What the hell was that?
Just drive.
Question.
Yes. As
Do I have time?
the timer goes to 1.
It goes to 1?
No, you
No,
don't.
I don't have time.
Oh, but
All
what
right.
is the question?
I was. Would I have noticed that this shot came from the car behind?
yes.
No, sitting in, facing
That would
forward.
have happened while she
You
was
could
running.
hear a shot, but
Yeah.
you're not sure where it
Okay,
came from.
then I'm just gonna drive. I'm going to be quick about it, but I don't want to be like frantic
Okay.
about it so that the neighbor's like, that's the gunman, since someone already saw you in the
So-
street.
The way you're facing up ahead, you can see Sirens taking up both lanes of the road, heading to this location. They're not very far away.
Is there a
So
side?
you would have to make a U-turn and go back the other way, unless you want to play chicken with the cops.
No.
I
I'm
had
still
to ask because you're
mostly a law-abiding citizen.
you're
I will
crazy.
do the U-turn and go back the other way, and I still need a side street so that I can see if there's another way to pick them up in the back of the
Would you
building.
even do just drive backwards and then find a street and then pull in and pull out again? It's faster. 3-point turn is slow.
Do that? Yeah, but I'm actually parallel parked, aren't I? Am I parallel parked?
Yes, there's
So if I
not
back
a
up,
lot of
hit
cars
the
in the streets.
Studebaker.
That's fine.
Which
As, as you're discussing it, the
That's
cops
what I
are getting
wanted to do.
closer
I wanted to
and
back up.
closer.
The cops are getting closer.
U-turn. And you know what?
Language.
I don't care what I hit. I don't care what destruction happens outside. I need to make the turn.
Drive auto roll, please.
This might be bad. I might be playing chicken, or I might have a car left. Who knows? Maybe I will back into the Studebaker. 42 out of 55.
Yeah.
Mofo.
Now that definitely wasn't a word from the 20s.
Sorry.
Put a tick mark next to drive auto.
Nice.
I called for that roll because if you would have failed it, you would have probably hit another vehicle unless
Yeah.
the cops were close enough to see it. But no, you managed to just pull out of your spot perfectly, do the turn, and now you're driving back.
Do you want to take a shot at the Studebaker as we're driving past him?
Yes.
Do it. Put the window down and do it. The car's moving.
Okay, as you say it, and
Well, actually, that might not be a good idea.
I'll get back to.
Because the neighbors.
I already got spotted by the old lady.
Yes, but I don't want to see them to see gunfire coming out of my vehicle.
And as you're discussing it, driving out because the other vehicle wasn't that far away, I need you both to make spot hidden rolls.
He's gonna shoot at us again. Shoot up caramel mother.
Oh my god. Okay.
Shoot up caramel.
No, 56, 43.
I got 16 out of 64, which is like the low. That is a
Extreme one.
success.
Extreme success.
And Althea, because you're arguing,
And
you
I'm
don't really notice this.
Focus on driving.
But as Agatha, you start looking forward, thinking, am I going to shoot at it? Am I not?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? How have I become this? The darkness, the darkness.
I become?
Darkness, my old friend.
You look up at the Studebaker and you notice at this point the back window is down. And you can see a Tommy gun with a full barrel
Sweet Lord in heaven.
start coming out the window just as you're about to go by.
Shoot. the
Lord,
driver.
if you are
Let's-
paying attention right now.
What is your reactions to this?
Drive faster.
I floor it.
So I need to know, you're all both still sitting up, driving forward?
I would be I think I'm still on my side because of the way I landed.
Well, you had to sit up to be able to even see it.
Oh, that's
Get
fair.
shot
Right?
by a Tommy gun.
Yeah.
I will lower my head as much as I can
I probably would yell
to
at
still
Tommy
be
gun.
able to see what I'm doing through the steering wheel. She yells Tommy gun,
God.
and
Yeah.
I'm flooring it
And
and,
I'm
ducking my
ducking as
head.
well.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh my god.
As the unmistakable sound of, as the Tommy gun full 50 bullet barrel,
Yeah.
drum, sorry, 50 bullet drum
Yeah.
starts going full auto into the Packard Twin
You
6.
shouldn't do a constant release with those like that.
You shouldn't.
No.
I've seen one on constant release, and it's funny. So I'm just going to roll percentage a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Oh, Tommy gun.
Don't say that.
As I move back to Amos and Mary.
Oh, you
He was
monster.
gonna do that.
Well, I've been with the other group for a while now. So,
Yeah.
we move back to you.
First aid on Simon.
Okay, so you get up to him, and it looks like a. You do a first aid check. So only one of you can attempt it at the moment.
What's your first aid?
It's base.
Cool. Mine is slightly higher.
First aid check.
Ooh, gross.
That's an 88 out of 33.
Yeah. So you go up and you start checking for wound or whatever it is. You notice that it looks like he's been stabbed, straight through the chest.
Yeah.
And as you put your hand behind him, you feel blood there too. So he was impaled. You do notice that even with a fail, remember to breathe, GM. Remember to breathe.
You're not breathing.
Yeah, no kidding.
You notice that it seems to you like he's dead. That he's just leaning against her and there isn't much breath. And at this point, I would like Amos just roll a first aid as well.
Okay.
Just looking on.
30 out of 30.
30 out of 30. Can you put a tick mark next to first aid?
Ooh.
Marion, to you,
Thank
it looks
you.
like he's dead. But Amos, you do notice, even though it doesn't seem healthy, that you do see a slight shallow breath. Just
Holy shit. Do you have any water on you?
No. Why would I have?
Okay.
water, Simon?
I push her back a bit and I take out my flask. It's not water, but I kind of just open up his mouth, try and get him to drink something, and like a little bit, not enough to choke him if he doesn't actually drink it, but enough to possibly wake him up.
okay.
And is a
So what's in the flask again? Sorry.
whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good whiskey.
Yeah, good, nice rich stuff.
Okay. So you tilt his head back a little and you pour a little bit of whiskey in. And I mean, he's covered in blood.
Yeah.
And as you pour some whiskey in, he starts coughing slightly. And he coughs up blood.
Oh no.
And it sprays it onto you. And you can feel your hand getting abnormally hot.
The one with the stone in it?
The one with the stone embedded in it getting abnormally hot. And when you look at it, you can see it starting to glow slightly as his blood is down over your hand, running over the stone.
What the fuck? Does it seem to be like absorbing the blood, or no? Just once
It's getting
blood comes into
warm.
contact, it's just getting
really
warm. I just keep my hand to myself for a bit.
I kind of like pat Simon's face. So, wake up, Simon! You need to wake up.
We got a ton of questions for you, but for right now, there's pressing things. Is there a way out of here?
He's still unconscious.
Oh, he's still unconscious.
just coughed.
He just coughed.
He just coughed.
Okay.
Yeah, he still seems to be. He also looks even paler than usual.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
always looked really pale. So Marion
blood loss.
would notice this. He's very cold to the touch, but he was always very cold to the touch.
Here,
we
you
need
need
a
to.
cloth. We need something to stop
You
the blood.
stay
We
with
need
him.
something.
You look around for some stuff. And I kind of start to kind of lightly lean him away from the wall, pivot him, and then lean him because he's leaning against that door.
Yes.
Lean him away, pivot him, and then back to the wall as I try and investigating the garage door and what the best way to open it is.
As you start maneuvering him, you do notice, just as you're checking to see what the best way is, and you look at the garage door, and on the side there's a chain that's on a pulley.
Right. Okay.
So, and you've seen these before, of course, that you can just pull on the chain to open it. Pull it the other way too.
I'm gonna look around because there's crates and things. Is there a cloth or something that I can use to
Okay.
staunch the blood?
I'll have Marion roll a luck roll as you're looking around for a cloth.
Ooh, 80 out of 50. So new.
Okay. You are looking around, but you do find something. You just don't find a cloth.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're just sort of looking around. You notice some smaller crates and stuff like that. You do notice what appears to be a decanter of water.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
that one of the boxes is slightly open, and you can see some filling like newspaper and stuff in there, and you can just see it looks like a decanter of water.
okay.
That's
So
in
I'll take that and I'm gonna take off my jacket and use the sleeve of my jacket to like wipe his face and like
Sure.
try to wake him up.
Sure. Okay.
So it's just a matter of a pulley system, eh? There's no window on this to see on the other side of it?
No, this seems to be.
I'm going to, while he's still leaning up against it, I'm just going to lift it up about like maybe half a foot so that I can kind of get a chance to get a light, like my lighter in there to see what's on the other side of the door.
Okay. So you slowly, you notice that it is well oiled. It doesn't make any noise as you pull on the chain, and the door rises up a bit. And then holding the chain, you look under the door with a light, and you notice that it looks to be a ramp leading up. And at the top, it is dark in here, but as you lift it up a little and you can see the light from the room go in there, it's a ramp leading up on a slope which leads to ground level. And it looks like those basement doors, the double doors that you sort of see.
Right.
That's
at
up
the
a
top
bit
of that.
further. Yeah, then that's what it looks like. That's it. That's all that appears to be in there.
All right, so we have a way out of here. Okay, let's see if there's anything in this room that's of use, and then maybe we can try and wake him up if he can even hobble. But there is a way out of here. We may want to wait a little bit before running out that ramp.
Wait for what? We need Althea in here. We need a doctor.
They're well on their way to the mansion at this point.
Why?
Because the cops are coming.
They can help us. There was a murder upstairs. Of course we need cops.
Not if we're found at the scene of the crime.
As the 1 becomes a 0, Althea and Agatha, you driving by, Tommy gun bullets out the side of the pack of twin 6.
Yay.
Just tunk. And you can see, it's a bit weird, as you're ducking down and looking, you can see bullets sort of bend into the side of the door, but they don't penetrate the door. You just hear the sound of it hitting it, and it doesn't sound like it's hitting the door, it sounds like it's hitting steel.
You have a bulletproof car?
If it is, I don't know it.
Let's not forget that Skeet has been taking care of your automobiles.
No! Holy shit!
Wait, why would Skeet feel the need to make my car bulletproof?
See, I was gonna
'Cause
guess
he
that
knows you.
Cadbury felt the need to make your car
know
bulletproof.
me as
Cadbury
well.
can be, either way, you're not entirely sure. I'm just
Also,
Okay.
I'm just
cars
throwing
back
them
then
in
made
as
of
a
steel.
steel.
I'm focused on
As you
getting
drive
us
along.
away and finding a side street that I can vote.
Sure.
I need to
would-
get around the building.
And I would like you to roll a luck roll.
Oh, my luck is so low since I spent some. 60
Out of.
out of 63.
Okay. So you see a turn, seem like an alleyway down the side of the building, fairly large, and you turn down that alleyway. It seems to continue on and connect up to the street further up. And you do notice around halfway up, there seems to be one of those basement doors on the slant. We all know what I'm talking about. Like a cellar door.
The cellar
Yeah.
door. The double cellar door.
Cellar door.
Ah, so good.
Yeah, with the two which you lift up, but you do notice that. But as you're driving down there slowly, I'm going to go back to Amos and Marion. Yeah, so you seem to be wiping water in his face. He's breathing very shallow. But looking at the wound, even though you, Marion, you failed the first aid, but Amos, you did make it. That wound looks bad enough that he should be dead. It looks like a big, sharp something or other was rammed through his chest.
Okay.
And there's so much blood loss. Like
Interesting.
but he
Okay.
is shallowy.
Seeing that there's no immediate threats on the other side, I'm gonna once he's leaned away from the door, and I'm not gonna like just drop his half dead carcass on the floor by lifting the garage door. Once he's supported, I'm gonna pull up the remaining length of the door and lock it in place.
Sure.
And kind of just poke my head up the top to see where things are and if it's safe to go out or not.
So as Marion stays with Simon, you move up the ramp.
Yeah,
It's only maybe 15, 20 feet on a slope
that makes sense.
to get up properly. And you get up to the door, and it's not even locked. Like there isn't even a lock across it. but you just open it up a little bit and poke out. And of course, Althea and Agatha, as you're driving by, you can see the cellar door slightly open up, and you can see Amos's head sticking out, and you all see each other. You see the Packard Twin 6 coming toward you. Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be some tight timing. Okay. Throw the door open. Run on down the ramp.
At this point, as you get down there, you and Marion hear police! And you hear stomps and stuff coming from behind the sound of boots and stuff like that coming from behind, up the ladder, coming from the
office
door.
itself. No police behind the Packard?
No.
Okay.
No. Didn't draw
So-
attention to herself.
Nicely done with the bullet holes in the side of your car. I'll run on right back down the ramp. Can I do a quick spot hidden of the room as I come down to grab him to see if there's anything of interest in the room? Very
Sure,
quickly.
roll a spot hidden.
Since we're collecting things, 72 out of 43, no.
Just, it's a pile of crates and like large lockers and stuff. Everything seems to be locked up pretty good. But from what you've seen upstairs, you're assuming it could be anything with these guys.
Yeah.
And it could be anything.
Well, I'm not taking a look right now. Help me get him up the ramp.
I hid his hands away. What are you doing? You can't move him. He's injured. Go get Althea.
There are police upstairs.
Investigating a murder, which is what they're supposed to do, aren't you? Don't you work with the police? Go
Yeah.
get Althea. We need
And
a
I'm
doctor.
telling you, we need to run.
We need a doctor. We can't move him.
As your hand gets really warm.
Did it
As
get
you move-
colder when
as
I
you-
got away with him from him?
No, it still stayed warm, but now as you're there, right next to him, and you were going to reach down to help get him,
Yeah.
your hand is getting really warm. Marion, I'd like you to make a spot hidden roll, please.
What the fuck? I don't know, man.
No.
98.
You're more worried about Simon's life to notice this. But you do notice, and it's sort of glowing, the stone in your hand. It's just that Marion hasn't noticed it.
Look, Althea is right up this ramp. If you need him to see medical attention, she cannot come down right now. We have to take him up. The police can't help him right now.
If she can't come down, then we need to find some way to stabilize him. We can't move him in this state. He could bleed out right now. We need to help him. Go, find me a piece of cloth. Find me bandages, something.
Are the cops? Do I hear them in the office upstairs?
You hear noises coming from, because remember it's 15-foot ladder down, and as the sounds traveling, you're at the other end of the Quonset. But you figure they're all over that.
Do any of the
location.
crates look like they are at least 6 feet in length?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I go and I just take one of the lids off of one of the crates, place it down next to him, and say, "There, Gurney. He could be moved in a flat state. We're taking him upstairs."
Why can't she come down here? Go get her.
Because there
You know
are
where she is.
police.
Exactly. You work with the police.
Okay, and I do this to her.
Yeah. Okay. So you took the
Lid.
lid off of a crate, and you grabbed it and you threw it down. Then you had that conversation with Marion. But then it hit you that, did you see a body in that crate? And as you glance back, you can see what looks to be a body lying in it, in a suit, and it looks like Simon, like identical to Simon, except it's, just a body in a crate.
Wounded?
No, just looks like a reasonable facsimile of Simon in the crate.
I wish you could all see Zach's
just
face
kinda-
right now.
What? So I just see the body.
Marion, can you roll me a spot hidden? Because you weren't the one who ripped it off, and see if you just. I'm asking for a lot of spot hiddens, but 4%.
4? Oh my
you
God.
also notice what appears to be a reasonable facsimile of Simon in the crate.
And I jump up, and then I kind of look down at Simon, and look at Amos, and down at Simon.
I check
and then I
its-
walk over to the body in the crate.
Its pulse.
It feels like a human body. It doesn't feel like rigor mortis or anything. It just feels like somebody who's asleep, but there's no breathing, there's no pulse, there's no anything else in it as you're just over at it. Yeah.
Put him on the lid, and we're carrying him out. This is officially no longer... The police can't see him and that body. I don't even want to see that. We're taking him up.
What?
And if you don't grab the edge of the box, I'm going to drag him up, and I'm sure that's not safe for him.
We could just put the lid back
No.
on?
I put the lid next to his laid down, still semi-breathing body, and I'm going to start putting him on the board. Mm-hmm. Does my stone hand do anything when I actually touch his body?
Okay, so as you get underneath him to try to... And it's really quite warm now.
Yeah, it's like... Oh my
as
God.
you get him and try to drag him onto the board, and you get him onto the board, and then you try to pull your hand away, but your hand won't come free.
What the fuck?
The hand with the stone in it seems to be fused to where you put it on his back, near the wound. And you feel yourself start getting tired. You feel yourself just start getting a little bit dizzy. And Marion, you notice...
So I'm going to turn and go over and start helping him. I will
tell
notice.
you what he sees, though.
Yeah, so so you start moving over and you can see that there's something going on, but you do notice that the wound on Simon's chest starts closing up. You also do notice that Amos seems to be getting a bit paler.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too good.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's happening?
I'm not doing nothing.
So I pick up Simon's feet to put them on the board. Do I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go up to close to the wound on his chest and kind of put my hand.
Yeah, there isn't a
next to it
wound
to
on his
see.
chest after a couple of seconds. It just seems to be closed off. I'm just going to quickly, just as you're in the shocked situation, go back to Althea and Agatha. As you pull up, because you've seen Amos. Quick question. Are you quickly leaving them, or are you pulling up by the cellar door?
No, pulling up by the cellar door.
By the cellar door. And Althea, after a couple of seconds of waiting, you, maybe 10 or 15 seconds of waiting, you hear a tisk coming from his shoulder, and it's like, oh, God, your friends don't know the first thing about binding souls. And then we'll just go back down to the basement.
So I'm just gonna look at Amos. What did you do?
And as Amos, you fall away, and your hand comes free. You notice that there is no stone in your hand anymore. There is no sign of a stone in your hand. It seems that Simon seems to be breathing more regular, around the same as you are now. You both seem to be breathing regular. Right. You feel really weak, tired, exhausted. You have a pain in your chest, somewhat.
There, he doesn't need a gurney.
What?
Grab an arm, and I just take one of his arms and throw it over my shoulder.
Sure.
I'm gonna take the other one.
Start
and go
helping.
with him. What did you do?
Can we talk about what I don't know afterwards? Come on.
No, you did.
Drag him up the ramp.
This is. You had that.
Dragging as we're talking.
I know all about the stone in his hand, right? Like we were.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
At least the four of you would all know, and also Simon and Alistair knew because you were asking them about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then kind of sauntering up the ramp.
Yeah, and you're sort of dragging him along like he's dead weight. He's still unconscious, but he seems to be breathing normally.
Right. And then once we're at the top, and any, I just keep on answering it with, well, let me think about it once we're driving away from the police, but I don't know what just happened. I just feel like shit.
And coming through the cellar door, you see Amos and Marion, and between them, Simon, with blood all over the front of his shirt.
Pull open the door. Throw him in towards the back.
I'll probably help drag him into the vehicle.
I'll take that book off the seat and put it at my lap so that there's enough room for everybody.
So I guess Simon and Amos in the back seat, and I'll climb in the front.
Okay, so right now, Marion and Althea is in the front seat.
Yep.
And Agatha, Amos, and Simon are in the back seat.
Yep.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Remember that?
That's right.
So everyone gets in. You got Simon in between you in the middle in the back, and he's just slumped over like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yep. That makes
Where's
sense.
the other one?
Just drive.
See,
I'm already driving. Like,
Okay, so as soon
taking
as
us
everyone
away.
gets in, Althea, you start driving down.
Yeah, explanations
other
can
way.
come after we're away. Away.
And back seat. Anyone who's in the back seat other than Simon can roll a spot hidden roll.
Ooh, that's a 9. Out of
1.
64.
So both of you notice that you look back. As you look back at the alley, you notice a white Studebaker start pulling into the alleyway as Althea starts taking off.
Yes, I'm taking off.
You gotta
Away.
drive fast. That car's following us.
Did I see bullet holes
Okay.
inside of the car?
You did.
Bullet dents.
what happened?
Questions later. Let's go.
I
Yep.
pull the gun out in preparation to aim behind just in case.
You are in no condition.
You good with the gun?
I get to take that away from him.
No.
Like hell.
I'm also gonna have my Lee Enfield ready to shoot out the back window if I.
The
have
other
to.
hand has a flask, and I'm drinking. I haven't rolled down the window yet until I start hearing
I
gunshots.
don't care.
Oh yeah, I'm driving.
yeah.
Yeah. As fast as I can with the potential of drawing police.
Okay, so you come out of the
my
you come
presence.
out of the side street and start taking off. Did anyone mention to you that the Studebaker came in after?
What? Oh, I said the car was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The car drive
Perfect, perfect,
faster.
perfect.
Yeah.
So you know that apparently somebody is giving chase. Mm-hmm. So if you'd like to just, as you get out of the alley first, if you would just like to roll me a drive auto roll.
Oh, I don't want to, but I will. That is an 18 out of 55.
I think you wanted to.
A hard success.
Nice.
Because it's less than
Hard
that.
success.
Nice.
And over the next 5 minutes of just taking different alleyways, different turns, different roads, you haven't seen the Studebaker behind you since the alleyway, so you figure that you've lost them.
We didn't close the door behind us.
Nope.
Did we have time to close the door behind us?
Well, no.
Probably not.
Well, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And where are you heading?
I'm just going to meander around the streets of Boston until I'm sure we're not being followed anymore.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what I mean.
will-
So after,
and then I will go
let's say
home.
after around 20 minutes, you do notice that there is no
Back to the-
Studebaker or anyone else really.
Back to the manor, if you will.
Okay. Then you start heading back to the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. And so you come up that long thing and you go by your maze and your hedges and the shapes of different animals.
Your
and stuff.
topiary.
Yeah, your topiary. And you come up to the main entrance and you can just see Cadbury standing on the top of the steps as you're pulling up. And he has this look on his face. Just a little bit, not disappointed isn't the right word. But he's looking at you like, every time they come back.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Call. Our next episode of The Call will air Tuesday, September 10th. In the meantime, Tuesday, September 3rd is the next episode of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast. The game system used today was the Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition by Chaosium. Music, sound effects, and ambient tracks licensed through Triune Films, Video Copilot, and Sirenscape. You can find all of Twisted Gears Studios' podcasts on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow the Twisted Gear Studios Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. We also have some video content coming up on our YouTube and Facebook pages, so please go over and give those a like, comment, and subscribe. Your players this evening were Janessa Coles, Lindsay Zelansky, Zach Barrett, and Elizabeth Wells. Your audio operator was Rob Hickey, and your GM, or keeper, this evening was Derek Snow. If you happen to be in the Fort McMurray area, you can find me at Tavern on Main every Monday at 7:30 p.m. for trivia. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.